This is VRoc. 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 Chops. This is VRoc. Chops.
Welcome back, Chop Nation. We back with my bro. Listen, I've said it in these last couple of episodes. My favorite drummer. We actually got my favorite drummer. Well, one of my favorite, but my top number one right now. That's my guy, Chris Pat. Hey, man. Yes, sir. Hey, you gotta put your hands together. Give me a shout out to my bro, Chris Pat, man. What's up, bro?
This is VRoc.
How you
Chops.
doing? Big hits, what it is.
I'm good, bro. I'm good, man. How about you?
I'm a happy camper, man. I'm a happy camper, Doc. All is well.
Yes, sir, man. So listen, we're gonna go ahead and jump right on in these questions, man. Don't need to play around with them.
Don't do it. Let's go.
All right, bro. So here we go. What high school did you attend, and college? If for the people, if you attended college, and the people that don't know that you attended college, what college did you attend?
All right, so high school, I went to one of the best high schools in Memphis. Everybody
Wow.
know what.
Oh.
I went to Hamilton High School, and fun fact, I say this all the time. Me and my sister Lynn, we wanted to go to Whitehaven like when we were at Corey Middle and everything. But my dad and my mom, they all went to Hamilton High School. So a part of the lineage, like we had to go.
Yeah.
And I did well because of it, but we did recognize that Whitehaven had a really, and still do have a really robust program as far as like band and just like a cool thing. But I am glad, I'm super glad and fantastic I went to Hamilton because I was able to kind of spread my wings and stuff like that over there. Now, as far as college goes, I was on par to go to TSU. I really wanted to go to TSU, and I actually went up there for like a week or two for like training for their band and everything like that. But I ended up coming back home because I had a daughter when I was actually in the 11th grade, Demaya Marie. So she actually goes to Whitehaven, bro. She's graduated. We got it right with the offspring.
Right.
Yeah, man, I wanted to come back home to take care of her, man. Like I'm the kind of person that really picks family over career and all that kind of stuff. So I mean, even though I wanted to march and do the Southern Heritage Classic and all that kind of stuff, man, I kind of retreated, went to Southwest, then University of Memphis. I did some time there, and now I'm getting my master's at this place called Visible Music College, downtown Memphis, where I'm actually the artist in residence too. So I get a chance to teach as well as learn at the same time. And my studies is leadership. It's all about leadership. You know what I'm saying? Operational leadership. That's what the word I was looking for. Operational leadership, because many times I find myself in a position to where people ask me a lot of questions. People need me to do things, and I'm always in a leadership role because I don't lead with fear. I try to lead with respect and love and everything like that, man. So I just find myself in those positions. So I just want to be a little bit more prepared for it. So that's my educational background.
Yeah, man, that's dope, bro. Cool, man. Cool. So we're gonna go into some good stuff now. What is your favorite drum movement, and why is it your favorite? And how do you use your favorite drum rhythm in your playing?
Man, it's kind of hard to nail down one. Let me do two. Let me do two for two different. Right. So
Hey.
I've done a lot of band stuff too, like coming up. So my favorite band drum rudiment, just snare drum rudiment, is an Egglediddle 5. Like I like an Egglediddle 5. So I like that one because it's kind of like real choppy. You can do a lot of stuff with it. The Egg 5, I like it as it is, and then I like to infuse a flam in it. Okay. So I like that one. And can I give an example? Can you see this?
Come back. Okay.
I played on the snare. So Egg 5 is I get the notes, so it's right, left, right, right, left, left, right, 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 left, left, right, right, left, left, right. So that's one side of it, and it's long. I guess that's why I like it, because it's, if you challenge somebody or if you just want to play something dope, it kind of throw a person off because it's so long. Like one side it has so many different notes. So this how it sounds. Is throw a flam in. So I put the flam like on the fourth beat, well actually on third beat. So it's like an infused flam paradiddle. Alright, so the reason I like that rudiment is because of all of those ghost notes with different sticking. Beautiful thing about it is you have to make sure all of those ghost notes sound the same. You put those accents, real high, and make sure all of those ghost notes sound the same. And that's not no easy task for such a long rudiment as that. So that rudiment I like on snare drum. The rudiment I love on the drum set is, I think it's unanimous across the board with a lot of drummers, it's the paradiddle dip. Because it's an easy one to kind of get off, you know what I'm saying? And it's always kind of like a ending, or like something to kind of really just throw out there and not worry about it anymore. When you practice on it so much, like as far as in the band, and then it's like easy to translate across the drum set. There's a lot of rudiments that we could play across the drum set, but that one is kind of the most elastic, meaning that you can do so much with that one rudiment across the drums. Yeah, and that one, drum set, I can play it. Hold on, let me get set up here.
Take your time.
So essentially it goes like this. Everybody knows what the paradiddle is. If you watch VRoc Chops and you don't know what a paradiddle is, you need to log off right quick. Well, you know what? Stay on. I'm going to show you how to play it right quick. So right, left, left. The accent is on the first beat. How it's written is on the first beat, but the possibilities with it are endless. You know what I'm saying? That's what. All right, so as it's written, it's probably a 3-4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So one of the reasons I love it is because it's so elastic. You can put it anywhere. So one of the things I like to do with it, as far as my application with it, I like to put it on the toms. And obviously what a lot of people do is separate that last diddle for a kick, and then you can put another accent in there with your left hand. All right, so I'm just gonna show you an example how it goes. All right, so here we go. Connected from the end to the beginning. I put that kick from the last diddle. So that's just one way to use it. Well, a few different ways to use it, Then move it on the tongue.
Yes, sir.
Since I got that band background, the power usually kind of just comes out at the right time.
Right.
Yeah. We didn't have a million drummers like y'all, you know what I'm saying? We didn't have a million, so I had to kind of carry it along for the band. Without 5-6 drummers, you know what I'm saying?
Stop it, man. Hey, Hamilton, listen, I had Jeff on earlier, and he was.
Hey, Jeff, that's my man.
Hey man, listen, the product that came out of Hamilton when y'all were back then, I don't want to hear all that, man. Y'all boys was right in the mix with everybody else, man. So
I mean, we were amazing, man. Like if we had to put it in today's terms, man, y'all were the Lakers and we were the Clippers, bro.
hey, no, man. We ain't gonna do y'all like that, man. You do that too early.
We didn't suck, but we all, man, when we used to get a win over y'all, which was rare, man, it used to be like yeah, so it used to be cool, man. But yeah. I mean, I think what I loved about it is back in our days, it was a friendly competition. It wasn't like if I see you in the street or whatever like that, we finna fight. It wasn't no bad thing like that. It was like a really good friendly competition. And I think what happened with that, it drove everybody to be their best selves. You know what I'm saying? With that friendly competition, man. So we wanted to be so good so we could be at the level of you guys, man. So it was great, and that's what kind of fueled my energy towards the drums, because I was doing both simultaneously. Like I would do like a schedule for me in those times would go like this. From middle school to high school, I would go to school, do band practice, and then after that, I probably like go to like choir rehearsal or something like that. Or like when I got to high school, I started playing with people like Kevin Davis and Billy Rivers and all that kind of stuff. So like I would always be playing band drums and drum set at the same time. So I'm applying both worlds at the same time. So I'm kind of like a melting pot of both of those worlds at its peak. Like, you know what I'm saying? When I was very, very young,
Mm-hmm. Definitely, bro. Definitely. See, I did both too, but I wasn't as good as Chris Pat. When I was in high school, I was just playing in Walls, Mississippi. You know what I'm saying?
Play the quartet.
Quartet, yes, sir. I saw one right there. Yeah, man.
Locking that drive, dog. Ain't nothing wrong with locking that drive.
Hey, tell me about it, man. That's what everybody want to do now. But yeah, man. All right, so let's move on, bro. What was that moment for you? We all start young. What was that moment for you when you realized, hey, this is what I want to do. I want to do these drums all the way through.
Well, I think it happened honestly in elementary school, man. I really couldn't shake it. And I think a lot of the denial for me at a young age kind of actually fueled my fire to be as amazing as I could be so young. When I was coming up, man, in my church, it was a very small church. Matter of fact, the house I'm living in right now is bigger than the church I used to go to. You know what I'm saying? Very small church. And my dad was the pastor in that church. And like, you know how the ushers and all that kind of stuff, you playing too loud, like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, when you're young, man, I wasn't necessarily a prodigy. I was good, but I wasn't a prodigy. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like you're too loud, you're not playing good enough and all that kind of stuff. And it used to like kind of make me upset, make me sad. So I used to practice because I wanted to prove to those people who told me I couldn't, that I really, really can. I really, really have the heart to do it. So most of it is like, yo, I wanted to show you, not in the negative way, I just wanted you to be able to let me be on the playing field. You know what I'm saying? If our main drummer can't make it, let me play. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what it is, bro. Like, I mean, to answer your question, I just wanted to make sure that I was able to do it at a great level, at a high level, right, from so young, man. So the thing that changed my life was all of denial, man. Like, I wanted to keep on playing and playing and playing until I got it right. And I'm the kind of person that like zero errors. Like, I don't want to make any mistakes. So I practice so much on one particular thing, bro, to where I can't mess it up. I do it till I can't get it wrong. You know what I'm saying? So much, to the tone to where I'm practicing on said prayer did a diddle lick. I'm practicing on that one thing for about 30 minutes and nothing else. You know what I'm saying? Like, really, really practice. So that thing for me was really getting in there and getting in that driving force from all the denial. And then when I said I really want to do it for life, and I can really figure out how to make money with it, it's kind of like middle school and high school. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really started seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. And then I started weighing myself up against like the local, I wouldn't necessarily say competition, but the people who were around me at the particular time. Like, if I can kind of measure up to what considered is their best, I feel like I have a shot on a national level if I can really do it on the local level. You know what I'm saying? On the local level, man, we had people like, Marless Flowers and Terrence Clark and James Sexton, Obviously Stanley Randolph, and so many. I'm missing names and everything like that. But I feel like since I'm able to kind of measure up with their level of playing, I feel like I know what they have accomplished at that time when I was that young. I feel like I had some national and international potential. So I started doing that, man. And we used to shed back in the day, and the rest is history, man. They told me I was able to do it. I believed them. They believed in me, and I just kept on pushing, bro.
Yeah, man. Look, Kevin Patterson, I'm gonna give Kevin a shout out. You know, we've been beefing on this thing on Facebook. Him and his boys.
Honestly, I wouldn't be who I am today without coming through Lil Kevin, man. Be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, our playing styles were similar, but they different. He was very, very solid, a very, very solid drummer, and that's what Billy Rivers at that time musically, that's what he was all about, like just solidarity. You know, Kevin Davidson was more on the like expressive and like do your own thing. So what I had to do is kind of become a hybrid of that. I wanted to be able to be as solid as a Kevin Davidson. I mean, as solid as a Kevin Patterson, and then be able to kind of grow into my own thing. So I wouldn't be who I am. And I actually give him like a lot of kudos, honestly. Like, we used to share, you know what I'm saying, the gig with Billy Rivers and everything like that. But the man, like, he is one of the most solid musicians I've ever had a chance to work beside and everything like that. I wouldn't be here today without coming through him. No lie.
He wouldn't become who he was today without coming through me. I'm just playing, man. Shout out to KP, my guy, man. All right, cool, man. So I'm insinuating because I know the gigs and stuff that you have taken on and played. But from your perspective, what is your favorite drum memory from playing? It could be marching and gigging. So you know you did both.
I think from marching, I think it would be like those battle of the band moments. I love the big moments. I love the small moments too. I like the drum battles and all that kind of stuff. I think we did like one with you, with Whitehaven. I think it was Fairley, and then it was Hamilton. Like
I think that was at Fairley, right?
Now, I think it was one at Fairley, but I think it was also one at Charleston. I think it was one at Whitehaven.
I wasn't there.
That was before you got there because Streeter got the tape, so it was his senior year.
Yeah.
My freshman year.
Okay.
So I think memories like that, because since I'm the young pup in the game, but I was a strong player, they were depending on me like to help carry the load. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, you have some drummers like, man, okay, you just play, you do your part. But then there's other drummers like, I need you to, you know what I'm saying, bring it because like this is a good moment. So in high school, man, it was that like Battle of the Bands and stuff like that, man. And just like going in there being like super ready. It's like, man, they can call off anything, bro. Any solo, any like musical like number we had to play, anything. Like, I'm ready. But I'm in the 9th grade and I'm like the youngest guy there. And I'm like, I have so much respect for the band and for the situation, so much respect for my peers. Like, I'm just glad to play a part. And I'm glad that I'm comfortable in my role. You know what I'm saying? So that was a really good memory for me. Then, man, my best drum memory, dude, was in 2016 when I got a chance to play with Stevie Wonder, bro. And like, I had an out of body experience, bro. Like, no lie. We were in London, man. First of all, shout out to Stanley Randolph because it's because of him that I was able to even have a shot, you know, for that gig. But bro, let me tell you, we were in London at Hyde Park, about 80, 90,000 people out there, and it was just me and Stevie Wonder jamming. Nobody else. Nobody else was playing. So it's like me and Stevie Wonder, man, just because he likes to go off on a tangent, man. Like, we have a show, yes, but Stevie Wonder creates something in his mind all the time. You know what I'm saying? So to be able to do stuff like that, bro, it was an out-of-body experience, and one of the best gigs of my entire life, one of the best moments, man. I've had so many great moments, man. I played in front of 266,000 people with Christina Aguilera. That was a big moment. It was nerve-wracking. That was actually my first gig with her. So that was nerve-wracking, but it was a great moment. I've been in Russia with Tony Braxton. That's been a great moment, man. And so many different artists, man. With ZZ Ward, man, playing Coachella, bro. That was dope. That was a dope moment. But man, if I had to encompass all of them and man, just choose one, it'd have to be, man, one of the greatest artists of our time, bro. Stevie Wonder, bro. That moment in 2016. I will never, ever, ever forget that. Ever.
Man, that's what's up, bro. Man, it's like that. It's hearing you just explain and talk about it. We're gonna do it again. We're gonna go back into it because I just like hearing it. Man, it just make you feel some type of when you see your people, man, excelling and doing things that they love on the biggest stages. Like it don't get no bigger than that. Like regardless, it's no way possible. The only way you can do it bigger than that, you playing in heaven, you playing for Jesus. So, so man,
Jesus.
right, that's it. He got billions. So, but man, yeah, that's dope, man. Hearing that, and just you expressing the enjoyment of that moment for you, man. That make me happy, man. Just to hear people, excited. And once again, shout out to Stanley for years. Growing up, Stanley was my favorite.
Yeah.
Chris Pat. It's just perfect. I know. And Stanley, listen, Stanley Randolph is the truth. He was my favorite drummer my whole youth. For real. Like when I was younger, before I got like into college and stuff, that was my guy, man. That was like when marching band Steve Potts was the guy I looked at, and drum Stanley was that. But now I've grown and my taste kind of changed, but he's still cold. Like don't get it twisted. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying.
I will tell you this to echo your sentiment, right? Like a lot of people say, I think it's because I'm visible, like I'm real visible, like right here in your face. Stanley, like more oftentimes than not, you're gonna see him either via social media or like on main stage and all that kind of stuff. People very rarely see him when he's like broken down, like playing in the lounge. Like, I play in Love every Monday. In LA, he played with this guy named Jason Joseph, with JJ. So he has this, like, when he lets his hair down and he's not playing in like a professional setting, man, like his mind is impeccable. I put it to you like this. Physically, I can do some stuff that Stanley just doesn't do. Like he don't really care about it anymore. Like, so physically, I kind of do that stuff. But mentally, man, can't nobody I know outthink Stanley Rochelle Randolph.
Got him! Got him!
Can't nobody outthink him, man. I have been studying Stanley Randolph pretty much my whole professional career. Like, and I give myself way back to middle school, high school, because I used to watch the videos of Kevin Davidson, like the VHSs of Kevin Davidson in my grandmama's house, and then being able to hang with Stanley, and nobody has shared with Stanley more than I have. Nobody. Like me and him have like iron sharpened iron each other like for years and years and years and years. And I will tell people what I know. You will not outthink Stanley Randolph. Yeah. You may be able to do some physical stuff that he'd be like, hey, bro, show me what that is. But when it comes down to thinking with what the possibilities are with these drums right here in front of me, he has another level of thinking. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why I always deem him the better drummer, because he's a higher thinker. With physical stuff, man, it'll dwindle over time. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like it becomes humdrum. It's the same thing over and over and over again. But with his level of thinking, man, that's why I appreciate his art so much. And it transcends into everything. His producing, his, now being a great dad, you know what I'm saying, to my little niece. So dude is the absolute. I appreciate the compliments, but
of course, that's what you know what I'm saying. I get it. I listen. You can't go wrong with either one. If you picking. Yeah, it is. You know, what I'm saying, standing real, and he hit this funk level that's unreal right now. Now I watched the Drumeo video,
Yeah.
bro, so many times, and he just. But yeah, man, for me, you know, I enjoy this. I don't know, I'm not saying that skill wise, like, but just me for like I say, my Chris Petco. If I had me and Tamarcus was talking about that, he like, man, Tevin this. I like, yeah, Tevin this, but I like, I'm gonna go with Pat.
And
Yeah.
another thing with Tevin, man, his chop ability and how clean he is, man. Like that level of clean is amazing. Yeah. It's absolutely amazing, and it's like, but it still has the feel to it because you hear a lot of people chop. You hear like the band, like the swag chops, and then you hear like the DCI chops. Mm-hmm. Like he has the hybrid in between both. Like he can make it feel good and be like super choppy at the same time. Tevin can work his way around the drum set. Oh, yeah. So and like his linear feels and everything like that, dude is an absolute beast. Like I've told him he's one of my favorite drummers. Yeah. I've told him. And if I put it in like my top 10, like he's definitely one of my top 10. And I'm glad I can have people that's my favorite that's in my back door. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I can go like hit him up and I was like, yo, man, let's work together and all that kind of stuff. Dude is a beast. And I also failed to mention this about the Stevie Wonder gig. Not only was Stanley the reason that I got the gig, me and him played the gig together. Mm-hmm. Like doing rehearsals, man, like quick story. Doing rehearsals. I was still learning like the ins and outs because Lil Jon was playing the gig before I did. So Stanley and Lil Jon had like some drum choreography, if you will. Like they had some things that they played together. It's kind of like drum set, drum line kind of thing. Right. So the band kind of went to lunch and me and Stanley kind of hung back. Stanley was like, yo, bro, let's come up with some new stuff. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So band all went to lunch, and then we ate like for the last 20 minutes because, me and Stanley ain't gonna miss no meal. I'll tell you that right now. Me neither. I ain't missing myself. So we went and ate, and then the whole band came back, and then they popped off, not Sir Duke, I Wish. We popped off I Wish. And then we were smacking that joint so hard. And let me tell you this. Me and Stanley played just alike, so it's not no flam. Right. Like, so we're smacking the snare, bro. We smacking it at the same time because we got that same position because of marching band stuff. Mm-hmm. So we smacking that joint at the same time, and when we hit it, and then we did a lick together, like a full lick together, like that, bro. Yeah. Nate Watts stopped the rehearsal. He was like, "Did y'all hear that?" So Nate Watts is Stevie Wonder's, and the bass player. Stevie hadn't got there yet. Stevie was out doing his thing, and we were just kind of rehearsing and having fun, and kind of pretty much catching me up to speed until they got there, because I was pretty much the newest person there, holding a big chair, because his songs me and Stanley play together, but there's a lot of songs that I play by myself and a lot of songs that he played by himself. Mm-hmm. So, but when we played them songs together, bro, like the choreography that we came up with, the new stuff that Stanley had on his mind, bro, like I said, it's his mind, and then he knows the gig so well too. So I could talk about that experience for hours, bro. Yeah. But that moment I'll never forget, because Nate was like, "That's how I should have been like the whole time," because of how me and Stanley played so well off of each other. Like I can answer his thing, like if he'll do something, then I can just answer it on the other side, other end. Because our drum sets were tuned differently. You know what I'm saying? So, man, like I said, amazing experience.
chemistry y'all got, man, from being with each other for so long. That like I'm talking about years that started back in Memphis, and man, y'all just always
Yeah.
been together, man. So
But
yeah,
the best friend, man,
yeah,
I got married, man. He was the best man in my wedding, man.
right.
He
With
was
the
best friend. Mm-hmm.
with the big old sombrero.
Yeah, that boy had to have it. Boy had to.
Yeah, man. That's his swag, man. That's what's up. All right, so last question. What is your biggest takeaway that you can take that you have learned from drums, from playing drums, being a drummer, that you apply to your everyday life and how you kind of, you know, view life and go through life and do things like that?
Well, I start with care. Like that's my the big word. Like so I start there with care. I care so much about being good at one thing, at one instrument, and at its core, all we're doing is keeping time, keeping feel, and everything like that. But what is parenting at its core? At its core, it's like care, concern, making sure that the kids have their needs met. You know, as a husband, making sure your wife has everything she needs and care about the household and the solidarity of the structure of the house, and just like everything, make sure we got food in the house. And for me, I apply what I've learned from drums to my everyday life. I don't ever want to run out of like possibilities or moves or drum fills across the drum set. I don't ever want to run out of milk and cereal and paper towels and stuff like that at home. You know what I'm saying? So, and like, I don't want my kids to run out of coats and shoes and clothes. And I don't want my spouse to like run out of like love and care for me and me caring for her. And like, you know, I'm just so key about what I've learned here and like the ins and outs. Like I want to be super smooth when I have to. Like I want to be a chameleon, you know what I'm saying? Like a chameleon across the drum set. It's time for me to play soft, I want to play soft. If I'm in a church and they playing Worthy of Thee, I want to play it how they want to feel it. Like, so if I'm playing like this, like in a small church, you know what I'm saying? And then you get a little bit more in a progressive church, the shuffle changes. You know what I'm saying? So the differences between that, I apply that to my everyday life. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Just the difference between where I am, what I'm doing, who I'm talking to. Like if I'm in South Memphis, I gotta talk, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, bro, yeah, for sure. You know what I'm saying? It's real. I man, you know. But then if I'm talking to the president of the United States, like, yes, sir, man, it's been a pleasure. You know what I'm saying? It's amazing, indubitably. Like using big words and stuff like that. So I've applied that into my everyday life. So that's my biggest takeaway from the drums. Also, you can tell, like I've been able to play into drums so much to be able to tell what kind of attitude and what kind of character trait a person has by me just listening to them play. I can tell if they're playing for the music or I can tell if they're playing for themselves. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, fleshy, real fleshy.
Yeah, bro. Cool, bro. Well, that's what's up, man. So yeah, that's all the questions I normally ask. So let's go back towards the top. Not too far. Let's go into when you started gigging out. You know, we'll start with like the Billy Rivers and how everything kind of elevated itself. Well, you like I said, you was touching on all those points, but you know, you started out with Billy Rivers and Kevin Davidson, like, and that's when you were growing a lot. And then two, I'm gonna say one thing about Memphis, man. We have had so many gems in this city.
That's amazing.
And man, just be and grow in this city and actually venture off. Just not even just drum set players. Like you got Spanky, you got Lance, you still got people like Tim. You know what I'm saying? We got so many people here. That's and like it's different little hubs of groups in a sense. You know what I'm saying? You got your your upper echelon guys, and you got your mid level, and then you guys just kind of getting into it, man. So let's walk through that time from starting with Billy, going to Kevin, and your name comes to coming up for gigs and stuff like that. What was that? How did that start?
Well, first of all, I just kept on showing up, man. It's been plenty of times to where, like, I wouldn't necessarily say embarrassed or shamed or something like that. I just got like set down. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, me and Lil Kevin was sharing the Billy Rivers gig, man, and I was a teenager And shout out to Christy Robinson. Christy Robinson is my god sister, man. And I put it to you like this. I wouldn't know half the people that I know. I won't be the man that I am today without her. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have people who give into your life at a specific time, man. Like, dude, I was dealing with, you know, a real domestic violent relationship at home, you know what I'm saying, between my mom and her husband. Not my personal father, but the guy that she married. You know, I never recognized him as my stepfather, man. That's just like another part of the story. But you know, so Christy was my savior, you know what I'm saying, my saving grace, you know what I'm saying. So she used to let me just be at her house, at her parents' house all the time, just as her little brother, man. And she recognized the fact that I had some really good skills, and she knew all of those people. She knew Tim and Lance. She knew all of those people from singing and being around those community choir sings and everything like that. And she recognized that it'll be beneficial for me to be around stuff like that. So I never forget, I had on this onesie, this white milkman looking onesie. I walked into Billy Rivers rehearsal. That's when they was rehearsing off like in South Memphis at Lisa Gray's husband's church. I forget the name of the church, man, but shout out to their church. There's a lot of members in their church, man. So Teddy,
Catch him?
Yeah, I think it's Ketchum. And everything like that, man. But we walked in there. I walked in there. That's when The Presence of the Lord Is Here was a hot song. I knew the song. I don't know if Teddy Kickman was his drummer still then at that point, but he was transitioning out with his band. I think it's called Free Soul.
Uh-huh.
But man, so I was there and I knew the song. And at that point, my skills, I didn't know how to control the flashiness of my skills. You know what I'm saying? Like when you know somebody who's cold, they're cold, but they don't know what they're doing yet.
They take every spot.
Yeah. So it's impressive, but it's not musical. Right. So that's what I was at that point in my drumming career. Very impressive, but not as far as like musical application for what I was doing. So I went on there, I straight up smashed it, right? To the tune to where I got their attention. It's like, hey, you have our attention at this point.
Right.
So I asked them a lot of questions. It was like, hey, keep coming. I kept coming to rehearsals. Christy kept taking me and everything like that. And the opportunity, can you see me?
You dogged out for a second. Hold on.
My phone on Do Not Disturb. Hold on.
Okay.
Yeah, so at that point in my musical career, I was still a pup, and Teddy was working his way out, and Teddy is an amazing drummer too. So it was me and Lil Kevin kind of like being the shoe-in for the Billy Rivers gig. And what Billy did was, I think, is very intelligent. He didn't pick neither one of us. Right. You know, he just made both of us play. I would play like either the ballads, you know what I'm saying, and he would play like the faster songs, and then sometimes they would flip. You know, he just made sure both of us knew the material and everything like that, and Michael Dawson and everything like that. So things started happening. I got in cahoots with Stanley Randolph, and Stanley and Lance and Spanky, they used to invite me over to Kevin Davidson's rehearsals. Mm-hmm. And then he used to be like way out there in Westwood. Man, I think I still got my key to that church, bro. But yeah, way out there in Boxtown, man. So we used to go out there. And this is when they were preparing for the Overflow album, right? So we used to go out and hang out and eat and all that kind of stuff. So Stanley had to take a phone call for like a big gig and stuff like that. They were working on this song called One People. And they were like, man, Pat, just get on and, you know, just play like a groove or something like that because we're trying to figure something out. And what I played, it fit so well with what it was because I was a huge Dave Welker fan at that point in my life. So I'm choosing a lot of his grooves to play at that time. So Lance recognized automatically what I was doing because he's an avid Dave Welker fan too. He said, hey, bro, you playing the session. So Spanky was like, yeah, fella. You know how he talk, yeah, fella. You know what I'm saying? You know, so Kevin was cool with it because at that point, Kevin, he was like, he always wanted somebody new and fresh and young on his sessions, man, and all that kind of stuff. So he had this GOAT this like greatest of all time musicians that he put together. As a matter of fact, that's the best album, ever from Kevin Davidson, from my opinion. You know what I'm saying? That's like his Kirk Franklin Rebirth album. So I played that album. That's the first session I ever played on. That was actually my first time playing with click tracks and stuff like that, man. So that's my Kevin Davidson, Billy Rivers story, man. And the rest of it became history. I recorded, the second time I recorded was with Billy Rivers at Mississippi Boulevard. We did the It's Good to Know That. I played the song Never. And that's and the first time anything that I played ended up on the radio. Like, so it was cool to tell my grandmama that, because I don't think my grandmama was there at that session, but my mom was there. My mom, I put it to you like this, man, and you know the situation my mom is in now. And I'm gonna say this without trying to be emotional, man. When you talking about somebody who has been supportive, I am who I am because of my mom, bro. Like she has always called me the world's greatest drummer. I heard her saying that, I believed it. You know what I'm saying? Because what parents say, bro, like, you can either build a child up or you can damage a child. You know what I'm saying? But she always, even still to this day, the world's greatest drummer, man. It just oozes out of her, because she saw and she heard how much I was banging and all that kind of stuff. And to the tune to where my dad and even my mom, when I say, hey, I'm doing this, they not even surprised no more. It's kind of like, oh, yeah. When I told my dad I was auditioning for the Stevie Wonder gig, he was like, oh, you already got it in the bag. Yeah. And I'm over here, and you don't know the level of competition I'm about to go up against. Right. Yeah, but yeah, man, and that's that part of the story, man. But to have my mom endure all of that, but she still was always supportive of me, man. I owe her a debt of gratitude. So you see the way that I'm always loving on her and caring about her and everything like that today is because, man, it's not only my duty and my responsibility as a child, but it's my joy, my pleasure, my privilege to do that because of all of the sacrifices she's made and all of the things she's done for me. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I play the way that I play, with passion. And another thing too, real quick, I'm an emotional drummer. You know what I'm saying? I'm very emotional about the music that I play. I'm not only playing the notes. You know what I'm saying? This is for everybody who's listening. I'm not only playing the notes, man. I'm absorbing the meaning of the words, and I'm letting that ooze out on the drums. You know what I'm saying? It's not that I want to kill. I want to play better than anybody, man. I take all of that stuff out of the equation because that don't matter, man. When you go to these concerts and it be like 10,000 Negroes standing behind you, and I want you to kill the nightcap. I want you to do it. I do not play for those guys. I want to be impressive because I want them to talk and, have all that kind of stuff. But respectfully, I would rather play the music because I'm playing for the music. You know what I'm saying? And it's my reasonable service back to God for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, people play for a lot of different reasons. It's like, I'm playing for the music and it's my reasonable service back to God. That's why I play the way that I play. Yes, technical stuff comes into balance. I know my rudiments. I know all 40, and I know a great deal of the 128 hybrid rudiments. I created some stuff. Yes. I've sat with some of the best musicians in town, out of town. I know Aaron Spears, Chris Coleman. Man, I can call these guys and they're friends. You know what I'm saying? Stanley Randolph, Marles, man, so many different people who I can call and they're friends. But it's not about none of that, bro. When I'm emotionally playing on the drums, I'm listening to the words. Either don't give up the fight, you were born to win, overflow, all of it. You know what I'm saying? Never leave you alone. Like, I'm playing the meaning of those words. That's why it's coming out like that. And not just trying to kill. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want people to understand. Yes, it comes across like that. It's amazing. Yes, and I'm glad. But when I'm playing songs like Bounce Back, like, I'm really trying to get folks to be like, yo, I'm trying to bounce back because I had some stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I emotionally bring my life on the drums and with the technical, my rudiments and all that kind of stuff. And then my existential, like, I'm tall and all that kind of stuff. So I can move around the drums like I'm supposed to. Man, and it's when opportunity meets skill, meets preparation, meets emotions, meet all of this stuff. It's meeting at the same time. That's what I'm saying in my
Come on, scream,
When I'm playing Beautiful with Christina Aguilera, when I'm playing as, As with Stevie Wonder, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm thinking about the love in my life, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about all of that stuff, bro. And it just brings it out even the more. And those are the top musicians. That's why they are the way that they are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. So when people look at the videos now and see you play and they see a certain face, just know that's the emotion of the words that you hearing, that you seeing, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bro. Cool, man. So my man, you touched on it, and like I was saying something about like we had so many gyms in the city, but at one particular point, I didn't know this. I learned this, I think, at his clinic when he did it. Chris Coleman lived in Memphis for a while.
Yeah, he was here.
A lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Yeah, he was here for like a year or two, or something like that. He had family here that were ill, kind of going through a tough time, and he was kind of around to help them, get better. I think they lived in Millington and stuff like that. But while he was here, man, we literally became brothers, bro. Like, we still joke and play to this day. And I'm gonna tell you this, man. I think Streeter got the tape somewhere.
The shit.
The most epic musical shit that I've ever seen, witnessed, and been a part of in my entire life. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. I'm gonna tell you something about Charles Streeter. Charles Streeter know how to bring Negroes together.
Yes, sir.
Charles Streeter Negroes together, man. Me and Charles been cool for years and years, and we best friends now. We host events together and everything like that. I'm his son's godfather, man. I mean, it's a great thing, but I'm gonna tell you something. That boy can bring folks together, and when they come together, when you're at Streeter's house or in his little bubble,
yeah,
man, it ain't nothing but good time, good vibes. But that stuff back in the day, bro, it was absolutely epic. And if there's a clip, I can probably see it. There's a clip of me and Chris Coleman playing at the same time, going against each other. Chris Coleman was actually on my drum set, and I was on Terrence Clark's drum set. Okay. Yeah, Terrence Clark is another amazing, brilliant mind in this music thing. Man, so we was going back and forth, man. Like, and Chris Coleman, he was like, he said at the end of it, he was like, I was really, really impressed with you because you weren't scared. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing, man. Like, we know Chris Coleman for playing with Israel Houghton, and like, we like, yo, we excited. One thing about me, Vince, I ain't never been scared of nothing, bro. Yeah. Never. No big moment is too big for me, bro. I'm telling you, no nervousness, no anxiety. And I think it's not only because of being prepared, it's because, man, like my upbringing, bro. Like, I ain't never been afraid to attack any moment. Yeah. Any. You know what I'm saying? So that is another level of like inward, like my personality trait. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't afraid of nothing. Like, give me a solo in the battle. I'm gonna take care of it. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what stage I'm on, bro. I'm always ready to go right now. You know what I'm saying?
And man, we like in Memphis, man, at one point, man, we had there were a lot, not we, but there were a lot of shits. They probably still do. I just, I'm not into that stuff right now. I kind of got my own little world I like to stay in. But when I was coming around and checking stuff out, man, and seeing those sheds at Friendship, I remember one shed in particular, man. No, not one. It was actually two. I'm gonna give you my perception on the second one. But the first one was wasn't the very first one, but it was one of the, it was after the AIM. Not was it AIM or Kojic convention? I think that's what it was. It used to be at Mason Temple, but I think he had just had a recent fire at home, and the musicians came together. They did the shed, but in the midst of the shed, they did they came together to do something for you, and then they had you to play, and J. Drew was there, and y'all was going at it for a minute, and that was like one of the moments I like, man, they're so cold. That particular shed.
Mm-hmm. So it's different. So it's the right situation, but the wrong person. See, that shed, it wasn't J. Drew. So that was the year before that. That was the year before. The one with J. Drew was like a couple of years, like a year.
Oh, that was Josh. Yeah.
And let me tell you something about Josh, man. That dude, he is a walking spirit, bro. Mm-hmm. That dude right there, he has the presence of God on him all the time. That's a brilliant young man right there. Me and him talked. It was a while ago now, but man, when we talked, bro, it was such an amazing experience, man. He prayed for me, man. Just a great guy. Really, really great guy, man. I appreciate his musicianship so much, man. And I'm gonna put it to you like this with me personally. I ain't never looked at anybody that's a drummer and said, I'm about to eat their lunch or about to none of that stuff. Me personally, even when I was shedding like back in the day with like with snare drums and stuff like drumline and stuff like that, I said I'm gonna give these folks all I got. You know what I'm saying? It's not I'm trying to kill them. I'm gonna give them all that I got. You know, so at that thing with Josh, man, I was so overwhelmed by what just happened. You know what I'm saying? I had a fire. Matter of fact, Tim Mason was his crazy, but he took me to the back and just started talking to me. And the whole time they out there taking up money and all that kind of stuff and everything. I didn't ask for it. It's not that I even needed it really, because it took care of, you know, all the stuff. Yeah. But it's like, matter of fact, that's how I got this drum set with that insurance shit. be real. And then shout out to you, bro, because we salvaged the Remo kit.
Oh yeah. So did.
In that house over there in what was the saying? In Twinkletown. Yeah, and now like running house situation, bro. You came over there probably like 2 or 3 days straight. We got all the soot off of that remote kit that they call damaged goods or whatever.
Yeah, like that. You thought you was about to throw it away. I'm like, man, you better not throw this drum set away.
Bro, man, I'm forever indebted to you, man. And that drum set is at the church right now that I'm playing at, bro. It's one of the best sounding kits that I've ever played. Like I'm thinking they sound like that is because they went through the storm and the rain and it's pure gold. But man, look, but that's what happened, bro. Like I never look at anybody like a Joshua or Jay Drew or anybody I shared it against. Like Frank Fluker is another guy that we sharpen iron, like Ramon Sampson, Stanley, Marles, we played against each other a few times, and you know, all of that kind of stuff, man. I never do stuff like that. I love to bring it out of people. Like I want you to show me your best. Show me your hand. Like show it to me because I want to show you mine. It's like I want to have a really, really good conversation on these drums. I ain't trying to, you know, kill you and be like, oh, when I get up, like, yeah, man, I ain't that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, stuff like that. But I don't want to, that's never been my intention, man. I approach my drums with joy and passion. I don't approach it with anger or like, let me supersede somebody. Like, nah, that's not my goal. Like, I played against Tevin, you know, me and Bart, we done, you know, shared it a few times at my house and in different situations like that, man. It's all about pushing. And these guys, you know, are not next. They now. Like, they are the it guys. It's like, I take a back seat. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind, like, from Tevin, from Bart, man, to so many guys. David, Alex Pruitt, man.
Say, David, that's a splitting image of you. His whole approach to drum, his energy. I like, man, that's Pat all over again. Man, you know, he developed his own sound now too. But you know, growing up, you know, that was his. Like I said this. I was saying this to other people on other interviews. You know, we always have somebody looking at us. That's why you gotta always kind of carry yourself because you don't know who, when, or where somebody is paying attention to you. You know what I'm saying? And how you approach things. And you always been a great example of a character and just overall just a person. Because even my guys, Lil Devin and Whitehaven that I had, Justin Bateman was like, he was in awe. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, how he seen you from afar and then actually being able to get in the same room with you, you know, that took him to a whole nother level in his playing, even shot out the, you know, through the roof. So, yeah, man, you've always had a good, you know, oral about yourself, man, and how you conduct yourself, always approachable, man. So, yeah, that's one of the coolest things about you, man.
one of the biggest lessons I learned, man, is, man, this stuff ain't mine, bro. This stuff do not belong to me. I'm only here for a moment. Vince, man. And honestly, if I can just help somebody along the way, my living will not be in vain, bro. I promise. I live by it, man. It's so many people who I deem as my godchildren and my brothers and sisters in the ministry, in the drum game, in life, and all that kind of stuff. I actually really love people, and I actually really care about people, man. I never hold myself to such high standard to where I have to have this mysticism about me or whatever like that. Like, no, this is who I am. I'm straight up and down like the clock. How I'm talking to you is how I'll be talking to you if we weren't on camera. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how I am. And I love people literally from my heart. One of the crazy things about that, though, is, Vince, man, usually it's not reciprocated in return. It's usually one person that gives out that kind of energy, and it's not necessarily reciprocated all the time. I don't worry about that part because I know why I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm not doing it to try to gain your love, your attention, your affection. I'm doing it because it needs to be done. At that moment, at that time in your life, in your day, you probably just needed somebody to actually care about you. You know what I'm saying? In whatever way. And I don't hold myself to such a high standard, to a high degree. Oh, you Chris Pat. I said, bro, I have to take a bath and I got to do all kind of stuff just like you. Right. My car will break down just like yours will. I got to put gas in my car. I got to change diapers. I got to do stuff. I mean, I got to do everything, man. There's nothing different between me and you. I have just focused so much on this one thing. That's why you appreciate me so much. That's all.
What's up, bro? So, man, we're gonna come out of the Memphis brim for a moment. We're gonna move on to higher heights, man. As you partake in these bigger gigs, and your viewers and crowds go from hundreds to thousands to multiple thousands. So, how so what was when you lived in LA for a moment in time, right? So.
Yeah.
Well, and I remember, I ain't gonna go too far into it, but I remember you was in a certain situation, a certain stage in life, and you were content being there, and something happened, it forced you out, and it bothered you. And I remember saying, like, bro, something better coming after this, so you ain't got to worry about this particular thing. It's what where you working at, and so you were content there, and so I was like, man, something better, something bigger coming, and after that. Man, you end up going to LA, you know what I'm saying? And so talk about, transitioning to LA and how that worked out and what was your focus and game plan. Because that wasn't your long term, I know, but it was a stage in life. How was that?
Man, I'm in this constant battle and pull and tug with drums, with playing drums, and also being a professional, like, blue collar guy and just taking care of my family. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm all about me being so solid to where I can just take care of my family and also be there for them too. I don't want to just send money. I don't want to just send presents. I want my presence to be there. So I'm always pulling tug with which life do I need to like absorb the most, man. So I was living that blue collar life. I was working at FedEx, man. In 2012, man, like some craziness happened, man. I lost my job. I didn't do anything wrong. It's just a crazy situation, man, happened. I lost my job. I mean, and I was always in and out anyway, because I would take some really good opportunities, and they appreciated me for it. But it's like you can't do both, and you got to do either or. So forced me out, man. I had a dope Navigator, bro. I lost that truck because I couldn't afford it anymore and everything like that. So relationships happen, man. Situations happen, man. And the woman I was with at the time, and I said, man, Jessica, she bought me a one-way ticket to LA because she knew I always wanted to be out there with my friends, which is Stanley, Randolph, Brandon was out there, Kyle, KT, Will, like those are my brothers, man. You know, I don't think Wallace was out there yet. Yeah, Wallace was out there.
Really?
Yeah, but you know, I was like, I just want an opportunity to see, like I said, how do I match up nationally and internationally? And you got to put yourself to the test. And you know, I saved up the little money I had. I had like a really nice sending off party and everything. People gave, people prayed for me and everything like that. My grandma prayed for me and everything like that. And it's crazy, bro. When I got there January the 7th, I forgot, either January the 13th or something like that, she had passed away because she knew I was safe. She passed away. Like she was in the hospital when I left Memphis and everything like that. But she had been in the hospital before and then she would get better. You know what I'm saying? But I remember my sister Lynn called me and told me what happened, man. And at that point, I had landed an opportunity with ZZ Ward to play and everything like that, which was handed down to me from Stanley Randolph. And she knew I was safe and she knew I was okay, bro. And I think that night or whatever like that, my mom was at the hospital and she passed away, bro. And my mama said, she was like, you know, and I hope none of my cousins are watching this. She said, she loved you like nobody else. Mm-hmm. It was like, you know, I knew I was my grandmama's favorite.
I was my grandmama's favorite. I knew that too.
Yeah, she was like, she loved you like nobody else, man. And that's what fueled the fact that I will not fail. I will not fail this situation, man. So. Man, and I did real good with that, man. But one of the biggest issues with musicianship and to the young musicians, man, it's like you live in moments, man. It's not a whole lot of opportunities out there versus like beyond church and playing in local gigs and stuff like that that will give you sustainable income. Yes, you will play these big gigs, but a major tour, let's say you're Bruno Mars, a major tour will last about 2 years, you know, 1 to 2 years, because you gotta hit everywhere in the world with an international tour, like an international act like Bruno Mars and being so hot. Now, on the tier that I'm on with Christina Aguilera, since she doesn't have like a brand new album out and stuff like that right now, she's pretty much a legacy act. You know what I'm saying? Legacy act, people just really, really love her and love her music. So she will always work. So we do stuff like six weeks at a time in Vegas, or we'll do probably like a month run, you know, and we'll do like either in the States or out of the States and all that kind of stuff. But the thing about it is you're at the mercy of that artist. Right. You know what I'm saying? You're at the mercy of them. If they like you, first of all, if they are not sick, first of all, if they're not about to have a child, if they're a female, you know what I'm saying? Like you're at the mercy of that. And I mean, honestly, I love playing the drums. I love playing on the big stage. But I don't necessarily want to live my life like that. It's a scary, spooky situation. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the kind of responsibilities that I have. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of people parlay into other things, like either playing the stocks or doing real estate. They'll get all of their money at one time. I'm going to tell you one of the smartest people doing it. I say two. Stanley is very smart because he's an awesome producer. There's a guy named Ethan Farmer who's the bass player, played for Lionel Richie, played for everybody. Dude is the man. He used to play with Christina as well. Yeah. He got into real estate, you know what I'm saying? But they got in it when they was making so much money. They were still doing CD sales at that point. So it was so much money to go around back in those days. So he started buying real estate, started doing stuff like that. So Ethan Farmer is a really smart person to what to do with the money that you make, all of them thousands of dollars that you make at one time, and invest it into other things. And that's what I had to learn how to do myself. You know what I'm saying? So I invested into myself with Chris Pratt's Drum Corner and different things like that, man. So that's what happened. I was there from 2013 to 2016. I came back home, you know, got married, you know, the whole story, you know, my mom fell ill and everything like that. So, you know, but when I moved back home, that's when I actually started to get my bigger gigs.
Yeah.
I went out there and made a good name for myself. Mm-hmm. I was teaching at Stax Music Academy. I had made friends with Nate Watts. Nate Watts called me, I call him Uncle Nate. He's like, nephew. He called me like that. He said, nephew, Stephen want to hear you play. I need you to fly here tomorrow. Can you do it? I said, yes.
Can I do it?
Yeah. He said, man, we got to make sure, you know the music. Make sure not Stanley, but Stevie can buy music. So I took that call. I went back into class. I told my students, I said, good news and bad news. Bad news is I won't be here tomorrow. They're like, no, man, what's going on? And then I think one of the students, I think it was Greg, he was like, who called you? I said, I got a life-changing phone call. Because I'm not a jinxer. I can't say, man, I'm about to play for Stevie Wonder. I'm about to do this. I don't jinx it. Right. I said, I got a really good opportunity that if I land this, it'll be great, not only for me, but it'll be great for all of us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They was like, man, and some of them started saying, man, you better play for Stevie Wonder. You know what I'm saying? Like, they started to figure it out. So I ain't say nothing. I went out there, I handled my business, and the rest is history, man. So, and I mean, the good things come out of obedience, man. I didn't necessarily want to move home, but it was the best thing to do because of my children and, you know, my relationship at the time, you know, and everything like that, man. So, but I'm happy, man. I'm happy because of it. I've learned so much through the years, man. I'm happy.
Yeah, man. Mm-hmm. And you have, you know, you got a long way to go. You got a lot more to play and to do, a lot more part of the world to see. So it's still going, man. But you've been, man, to this point, man, you've always been, like you say, a stand-up guy. You've always been the same Chris Pratt I met, 2008, 9? The same Chris Pratt in 2021, man. So I just appreciate you, man, for your everything. Like whatever I need Chris Pratt, listen, whatever I needed Chris Pratt, he's always been a phone call away, and that's for nothing in return, because I ain't got nothing to give. I'm poor. But it was never a question of, man, this, that, and it was all right, bro, just let me know. I got you. And he's always been there. We did the Wiz clinic, man. We did that clinic, man, at Whitehaven. And dude, the reaction when you did you played part of one of the songs from the show with Christina, and what you put into that show, and them kids' reaction to all that stuff, because you can hear it, you can hear them like, woo, ah, that was just.
And that's what you're supposed to do, man. You're supposed to be able to tastefully catch your breath.
Yeah, even I heard it when you were trying to, you tied it to homework into your little solo feel on it. They probably didn't catch it too quick, but you get and you just went in from there. I like that man there is one of a kind, dude. So man, I just appreciate you, but I always appreciated you, bro, man. And whatever I can do to help you, man. You already know. I'm definitely gonna be there for you, man.
Well, I mean, that's what this brotherhood is all about, man. It's being a musician, playing drums, and all that kind of stuff. It's a pretty much fraternity. It's a club. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing but mutual respect throughout all lanes, man. Look. I even want to talk about. I've been thinking about talking about Chicago drummers, Philly drummers, man. Like, you know, DC drummers and everything like that. Everybody have their own thing, but they love what we do. We love what they do. And it's just like a straight up appreciation for the art of music, the art of musicianship when it pertains to drums, man. And then what comes behind it, like the brotherhood, and like you meet people through drums, yes, but you never know how that relationship is going to go. Some people might be buttholes, and some people might be actually stand-up guys. You know what I'm saying? You never know what you're going to get. But I'm glad and I'm fortunate to know what I have gotten in you and others like you, man. But you personally, man, dude, I told you got a friend forever. You know what I'm saying? And hey, you're just a great guy, man. It's cool. Be me. That's my girl. And my mama love us to meet me, and me love mama and everything, man. So it's a marriage made in heaven, man. And I'm glad that everything is as well as it is, bro. You know, so I love your family loves mine, man. And dude, you know, it's the same thing, vice versa, man. Whatever I can do to help, I will do it. But man, coming on your show is easy for me. It's great. It's cool to just talk to you anyway. I mean, I have fun. I'm having
anyway. Right. I want the world, not the world, but because I ain't there. But I want the city, you know, the city limits to get to experience what I get to experience and let this thing grow and migrate across, you know, across the world. So for sure. And man,
you're doing some amazing things, man. I just want to say that it's not easy to have an idea and to create a brand and to say, hey, I'm going to do this. Yeah. And you got it time and time again with the things that you did with the Wiz Clinic, and I was great to be a part of that. And different things, man, like with your drumsticks and like with so much stuff, man, dude. It's not easy having an idea and executing that idea, man. So hats off to you for that. And like I said, whatever I can do to help, I'm doing it.
Yeah, man. Hey, yeah, make sure y'all subscribe to Chris Pat Drum Corner on YouTube, and you get a lot of information. And you being such a great brother, man, I really appreciate you allowing me to get that snare drum right there at the top, that green one. I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that.
The pearl drum?
Yeah, man, I appreciate that, man.
Oh, look at you.
I put it on tape.
These are heavy too.
I know. This is the reference joint, right?
Man, this is the only snare I can't give you. You want to know why?
Stanley.
Yeah, he played this drum with New Kids on the Block, man. And,
hey, man, look,
yeah.
Stanley owed me some money, man. I played that raffle.
Hey, you want to know what I did, bro? So, so I played the raffle too. I was trying to win like one of them black and orange joints.
Yeah.
Because I was there when he designed all of it, so it's more so like nostalgia to me. Yeah. So I was like, since you ain't gonna give it to me, so I played the raffle. I don't know how much. I think I put $80 in there or something.
I put $80 in that junk too.
I said, so when I did win, so I kept on asking him because I wasn't like on live when he was doing it. Right. When he did the raffle, because I think I was playing or doing something at the time. So I called him. I FaceTimed him later on. I was like, bro, did I win? He was like, nah, man, it's going to somebody in
Jersey, I think. Somewhere.
Yeah. And so I said, so can I get my money back?
I suppose I need a recount.
Man, I said, so can I get my money back? When I get to the studio and it was like some people around him, man, everybody started tripping, bro. I was like, that made so dumb, bro. Like, for real. I was like, man, you get my money back then, bro.
Look, I've always wanted that green reference joint, man. I want this in there. I'm gonna say my parents try to give me one. Matter of fact, Pee Wee won that snare. The green one.
Was it Pee Wee or was it Carlos? I think Carlos won it.
Carlos, my bad. Yeah, my bad. It's one of them old drummers. No, I'm just playing for. Yeah, Carlos, right? Carlos won that joint. Yeah, it was Carlos. Yep. Man, I sure would like to have it. See if I can work something out, man. I got a couple snares and a few dollars he can have for it.
Don't know what to say, man. You don't know.
Well, man, bro, man, we're gonna wrap this thing up because I know you got some lessons to get to, and I don't want you rushing out here in this ice. And so, man, I'm gonna wrap this thing up, man. I appreciate y'all once again, man. Where can they follow you at? Where can they reach you if they want to contact you, bro?
Man, so on Instagram is ChrisPat1986. Follow me. I like to do a lot of fun stuff on there. On YouTube, just type in Chris Pat. It'll take you to my YouTube page. Chris Pat Drums. Take you to my YouTube page on there, man. And that's pretty much it, man. My dog trying to get me to do TikTok. I'm not. I don't know how to work it yet.
I know it got to be paid. I know it's paid.
It's little Miss Payton. She wants to do the TikTok life and everything like that because she was like, if you can get the kind of fans on TikTok that you got on Instagram, you will be a celebrity. Like, so she's really into that life, doing the dances and had me looking like a fool and stuff, man. But Instagram is the pretty much primary way. I also have on Instagram Chris Pat's Drum Corner. It's a lot of cool tips and tricks. I'm gonna put some stuff on there as well. I'm doing some really cool stuff like with a website. I'm in cahoots with the Visual Music College, and what they're doing is helping me transcribe a lot of my warm-ups, a lot of the stuff that I created over the years, which is very helpful and beneficial, not only for people out there, but for me too, because I actually want to leave something here. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna play as long as I can play. But in the year 2130, I want there to be like a Chris Pat book floating around here somewhere that people trying to get their hands on. You know what I'm saying?
Do that, bro. I told Tip, man, listen, one thing I learned, man, is like when you have an idea, just do it because God, if he giving you somebody else got the same one. He ain't just giving it to one person. So, you know what I'm saying? Not every time, but a lot of times, if you got something you thinking about, go into it. Because I done did it so many times, like, I want to do this. And then I just sit on it. And then some weeks later, months later, man, I like, dang, I was just thinking. So, I learned, like, man, if you got an idea, just go for it. Like, even with this joint, I remember I said, you know what? Just go. Like, my first interview, I ain't got nothing in. I'm just finna start. And so, man, I'm still growing and learning, man. I'm not the most tech savvy guy around this joint, but we're gonna make your thing work, bro. But yeah, man, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you coming on. Appreciate you talking, passing some good knowledge, man. So, yeah, man. So until the next time, Chop Nation, always remember, the chops don't stop. Man, y'all
chops don't stop.
Yes, sir.
This is VRoc Chops.